Good morning. I'm speaking to you from the basement of the Church of St. Mary Magdalene, what we call Hiscox Hall, or sometimes called the Round Room. And it's Wednesday morning, and usually at this time, this round table is full of people, a dozen, 14, sometimes 16 people, gathering for our weekly discussion group. This is a wonderful group of folks from the parish and some folks from outside the parish who gather week by week. And we sometimes do Bible study, and we sometimes study a book, and the group decides itself what it's going to work on, and we decide that by consensus. But today, of course, I'm just here on my own. But I want to just briefly to reflect on what we actually are working on at the moment, which is the Book of Psalms, a translation by Robert Alter. Robert Alter is professor of Hebrew and comparative literature at the University of California, Berkeley. He's taught there since 1967. And what he has done in this wonderful book is translate the Psalms into English in a way that is as faithful to the Hebrew poetry, to the rhythm and the words of Hebrew poetry as is possible. So we've been working on these Psalms for a while now, and they have a different kind of rhythm, sometimes some unexpected phrases that catch our ears and that are not what's familiar. One of the Psalms we did last week as we gathered here was Psalm 130, which happens to be probably my favorite Psalm. And I'm going to read it and just offer a couple of comments on Robert Alter's translation of Psalm 130. A Song of Ascents. From the depths I called you, Lord. Master, hear my voice. May your ears listen close to the voice of my plea. Were you, O Yah, to watch for wrongs, Master, who could endure? For forgiveness is yours, so that you may be feared. I hoped for the Lord, my being hoped, and for his word I waited. My being for the Master, more than the dawn watchers watch for the dawn. Wait, O Israel, for the Lord, for with the Lord is steadfast kindness, and great redemption is with him, and he will redeem Israel from all its wrongs. This short psalm is a cry from the depths, a cry of waiting for the Lord, waiting as we watch for the dawn to break. I'll just offer a couple of reflections. First of all, that the beginning of the psalm, from the depths I called you, O Lord. Robert Alter, in his footnotes, says that repeatedly in the Psalms, the depths are an epithet for the depths of the sea, which in turn is an image of the realm of death. Generations of readers, Christian and Jewish, have responded to the archetypal starkness of this phrase. This is a plea from a place of unknown, a place of darkness. And we might have a sense of being in that place of unknown, that place of darkness, that place of uncertainty at this moment, in this extraordinary moment in our world and in our lives. And then there's a sense of hope. I hoped for the Lord, my being hoped, and for his word I waited. That sense of patient hope, of being still and waiting and hoping. And then in verse 6 in this translation, my being for the Master, more than the dawn watchers watch for the dawn. It's unusual because that first phrase, my being for the Master, is lacking a verb. And he says in his commentary that most translations have put a verb in there, a verb of waiting or waiteth or waiting eagerly. But in fact, the Hebrew does not have a verb. And he says that's intentional because the starkness, the unexpected omission of the verb is actually meant to catch our attention. He says the line becomes more vivid and energetic if the second occurrence is understood as a verb. More than watchmen watch for the dawn, I watch for the Lord. The force of the image is evident. The watchman sitting through the last of the three watches of the night, peering into the darkness for the first sign of dawn, cannot equal my intense expectancy for God's redeeming word to come to me in the dark night of the soul. The Psalms are full of the whole range of human emotions, the whole range of human experience, from joy to sorrow, to anger to frustration to despair. It's all there in the Psalms. And so I invite you in this time perhaps to pick up a prayer book or pick up the Bible and just look into the Psalms and just delve in to some Psalms and see if you can see there reflected your own experience, and if you can also grab hold, as the psalmist does here, of that sense of expectancy, that sense of hope, that sense of waiting for the Lord. For surely God is with us at all times and in this moment. I'll conclude by reading the psalm one more time. A song of ascents. From the depths I called you, Lord. Master, hear my voice. May your ears listen close to the voice of my plea. Were you, O Yah, to watch for wrongs, Master, who could endure? For forgiveness is yours, so that you may be feared. I hoped for the Lord, my being hoped, and for his word I waited. My being for the Master, more than the dawn watchers watch for the dawn. Wait, O Israel, for the Lord, for with the Lord is steadfast kindness, and great redemption is with him, and he will redeem Israel from all its wrongs. I miss being here with the group on Wednesday. I miss the daily interaction with the parish and the community, but please know that we continue in prayer here for you, and we ask your continued prayers for this community and for the world. Let us be with one another, and let us together wait for the Lord, for surely the dawn will come. God bless.